Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I have a very interesting unboxing for you guys. What came in the mail for me was this Intel NUC. This is what I ordered, and I'm mainly going to be using this as a HTPC media computer for my family room. And yeah, let's get right into it. So first, let's take a look around the box. It looks very similar to your typical Intel box, the ones that their processors are boxed in. So at the front you've got Intel NUC with some information. Same here. It comes with 5th generation Broadwell processors. This is the i5 model, so it comes with 5250U processor, and it has support for 4K. So it shows all the ports here. We'll get into that a bit later. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So it comes sealed with plastic on the outside. Alright, so it's like the box is one of those sliding type of covers. You slide the top over, and there's the unit itself. And this thing is quite small. It's about 4 inches wide. So I mean, if you think about it, you have like all this power into this small little set-top box here. So we'll set that aside for now, and we'll see what else is inside the box. So you've got some advertising for your SSD here, 530 series. You've got a manual. We've got some information here about the system and how you can install operating system on it. I'm actually going to be installing Windows 8.1 64-bit on here. I was actually originally going to go for the OpenElect XBMC type OS, but I opted for Windows 8 just because it'll allow for more flexibility since it's more of an open platform. So here we have a VESA mount, so you can stick this up on the back of the TV or a monitor and tuck it away at the back. You have some screws for the VESA mount. Here you have a small little Intel sticker. I'll probably just stick that on top of there or something. And then you've got a power cable and a brick. It's not that small. It's actually quite small. It's not as big as I was expecting it to be. But and then here you have different adapters, different wall adapters, depending on which region you're in the world. I'm obviously going to be using the standard US Canada one. So putting all of that aside, let's move on to the unit itself. So right here we have the unit. Let's go ahead and take a look around this. So at the front you've got a USB 3.0 and another, two USB 3.0s. This one here is a fast charging port for say a cell phone. 3.5 audio jack. At the side you've got some vents here and some vents at the back. 2 USB 3.0 ports at the back. 1 gigabit Ethernet port and the power jack, and mini HDMI, and that's a mini display port, and some side vents over here. At the top you've got just a black lid with the power. I think that's a capacitive button, or I'm not really sure about that, but I've heard that the top lid, Intel is actually giving out instructions on their website for specific dimensions for the top lid. So if you actually have a 3D printer, you can go ahead and make your own custom top lid. And I believe that in the future it's going to have some third-party support for other lids that might have NFC capability or wireless charging. So at the bottom here you have 4 thumb screws, in which I'm gonna open up and install the RAM and SSD in here. So looking inside the NUC, we have the main board right here, 2 ports for laptop memory, so I'm going to be installing 8 gigabytes of Crucial memory in here, each running at 1600 megahertz. And then over here we have an M.2 SATA. So, and here over here we have the Intel Wi-Fi and Bluetooth card. And over here we have a SATA card, SATA port. So you could actually, if you wanted, you could install a 2.5-inch internal SSD or hard drive. But the thing is, I opted for the smaller, shorter version of the NUC, which is the 5i5RYK. Whereas there's another model that has the same specifications as this one called the 5i5RYK. So if you're interested in putting in your own 2.5-inch internal SSD or hard drive, then I would suggest you get that model. So I've gone ahead here and installed the RAM over here and the SSD. This is a Kingston 120 gigabyte SSD. So now all that's left is to close the box back up. And these here on the side, on the corners here, are thumb screws, so it's actually a very easy install. And this is a very efficient unit. I heard it only, from what I've heard, it reaches a peak about 20 or so watts, and it's actually quite silent. So that'll be it for the unboxing, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it.